Hi, welcome to Harisystems. In this session today we will learn about installation of Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 version. Very recently launched this operating system with many of the features. We will see step by step with the installations. This is the source we get from developers.redhat.com /Red Hat RHEL 8 install -RHEL 8. Please go through the complete documents from the Red Hat only. For the illustration purpose, we are using the logos and contextual informations for the easy manner for the education purpose. Let's start the session. RHEL 8 bare metal quick installation method we are seeing now. The overview it will covers the key steps for installing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. So you can get started with the software development or productions or any staging level servers. You have for that you will have to install system with a full graphic desktop or only for the requirement of the text mode terminals. That all you need to choose as your wish. That exploring RHEL 8 is having that features. Unlike prior versions of the RHEL 8, there are no separate downloads for the server, workstation or desktop and all. The pack is bundled with the same pack. You choose yourself to install which version you need to be prepared, either desktop or workstation or server or desktop. The environment you need to create as on your decision. And before you begin the installation, you have to ready with some of the components to be readily available. The prerequisites like the RHEL 8 ISO file, which you can download from it from official site of RHEL, that is developers.redhat.com. Its a link is shown here, and you need to create a bootable installation media for your system, that either USB drive or DVD or virtual media, any of the media which you are convenient to install the operating system, that is server. All you know that by using Windows Media Creation tool and Rufus tool, the many of the tools are also available to creation of the bootable devices, which is containing RHEL 8 binary DVD dot extension with the file name is .is4. The minimum requirements to be satisfied where you are going to be installing that particular operating system server edition: a 64-bit x86 architecture or ARM machine, 4 GB of minimum requirements of the RAM, at least 20 GB of available disk space which is required to install this operating system. The installation procedure, let's start the session for here. Select software to be installed. Choose the workstation based environment and development tools, graphical administration tools and container tools, or if you wish to install servers, and everything will be displayed by step in upcoming slides. We'll go through completely. And next point, choose the disk partitions. If you are familiar with that partitions, you choose the partitions or customize your partitions as your wish, or else simply they have readily given an option to choose that default disk and click next to complete the installation procedures. And disable kdump to save memory. Configure and enable the network connection so that the networking starts while booting the server. Optionally set the host name if any, or else you can specify that example.com also. You can proceed with that also. Set the root password appropriately. Create your regular user ID and make your ID as an administrator so you can use sudo. This is the screen. Boot the RHEL 8 installer. Once you have separated as a first boot device with your boot media device to booting, this is the screen it will be displayed. Either here you can skip the installation media verification, that is test. Second option it's showing here. And first option, install media Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.0. You can click select that one and click hit the enter and start the setup automatically. And following the screen, select your preferred language of the keyboard layout, which keyboard you are using while during the installation. You should now see the main screen for configuration your installation. Now see here, you will observe that the main glance, the window, the icons of the features and options which you require to choose while starting the installation. This is the installation summary. It's showing the menu of the screen, and it's the right side, it's showing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8.0 installations, and a keyboard layout, it is showing that installation source, installation destination, language support, software selection, kdump, networking and host, date time, security and policy, and the system purpose. These are the features, appropriate features, you need to choose it, and we'll see step by step. And next, this is the window, you need to select the software, which software you need to be installed appropriately while installation on the server. It's if you are not chosen, if you don't know the appropriate installation of the selection of the items to be installed in your server, it's not an issue, it's not a problem. There is a well-versed facility to install which application package you need whenever it can be possible to install on your server operating system. Choose the disk partitions for the installation. Here I am showing that this is a disk is only for the partition it's showing. Hence I am selecting that particular disk and I am choosing storage configuration. Here there is two options, one is automatic and one other one is custom. I am choosing as automatic, hence the required either boot, root, swap, home, and the minimum requirements of the partitions, it will take care of the operating system and it will continue the procedure of the installation procedures. See now, disable kdump to save the memory of the server or desktop, whoever. Please check this box. If you need to save the memory, check the box to disable kdump. Configure and enable the network connection. It's very important. You need to readily with if you are using static IP manner, you need to readily with that IP, subnet, gateway, DNS and alternate DNS addresses respectively while installation and configuring this enabling of the network device. The configuration network device optionally set the host name and click host and network and host name under the system. Then select your network adapter from the list which is showing, and you need to change any network settings in the configuration. Turn the adapter on by clicking toggle button of the right side, which is appears on the by default it's an off, and optionally you can set the system's host name on the lower left. And now note, it's very important, if you don't know enable the network adapter here, you will not have a network connectivity when you are booting the system. Strongly remember. See, this is the window I have explained it till now. This is the right side of the toggle button. You need to click here to write enable. If the server is connecting DHCP, it's well and good, or else you need to specify the IP addresses. Begin the installation. While it's all the configuration of these icons which is showing here completed, we'll glance to step. It's on the right side, there is a button for begin installation. Click the begin installation, and now it will ask you to create your user ID and set the root password. While installation it is proceeding, click root password to set the root administration password. Next, create the regular user ID that will use log into the system by clicking user creation. The important note is select make this user as administrator. This will enable sudo for your user ID. See, this is the window. You have to enter full name, username and appropriate password, confirm password. Reboot and eject installation media. Once the completed the installation, it's a very important to reject that, and I mean to say that remove the inserted media which is the booting purpose we have used. While your system rebooting, don't forget to eject the installation media so that you don't inadvertently reboot the into the RHEL 8 installer again and again. If you have a mission or virtual mission that reboots very quick manner, so that based on that booting you need to eject the media. System registration. On first boot registration is an on first boot, the system will ask you to agree the license terms and conditions, and you have to click I accept the license agreement under the text box of license. See, like this is the window, it will be displays the user agreement. Click I accept the license agreement, and now system registration during the first boot. Your system needs to be registered to download the software, and it will receive the updates from the server. And when you joined Red Hat developers, a no cost developer subscription was added to your account. Registering your system attaches into your subscriptions. This is the window. You have to log in with the user ID and password. With that, you need to enter such details and click here to register. And system registration from the command line also, it's a possible. If you are missed with a GUI, if you are going to registering while first booting, you can register anytime using command line. Start with the terminal window by clicking activities, the upper left corner. Then select the terminal icon on the lower left. Alternatively, start typing terminal in the search box. The terminal will auto completion. Once the completion of the auto activations, this is the window, the welcome screen will be displayed, that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 version. Now installing the updates. Once your system has been registered, you can use the command line or web console to install the latest updates. Updating from the command line, use mupdate from with a terminal session to install latest updates. The command is specified here, that is sudo mupdate hit, that is the same command of the earlier versions also. If your update kernel package is installed during updates, you should reboot your system once it is completed by hitting Reboot. Cockpit web console. This is the very newly introduced feature of Red Hat Linux Enterprise version. It's a web-based console called Cockpit that simplifies administration tasks, especially for new users who are new to the Linux. Enabling the Cockpit web console. Out of the box, Cockpit is not enabled. We recommend you to enable Cockpit. To enable it, run the command below one time. You don't worry about it. Cockpit will consume much resources of your server. If you don't use it, the following command tells you the system D to only start the Cockpit when it is accessed. See, the command is here, sudo systemctl enable -- now space cockpit.socket. By default, the system firewall will prevent to access the Cockpit, hence you need to enable that service also. Sudo space firewall -cmd add port equal to 9090/TCP. It indicates that TCP port, which is a 9090, we are giving in a permission to access the server, and we are writing in a rule of firewall by using firewall -cmd command. And sudo firewalls of -cmd and dash space -- space add port. We are permanently keeping that service to be enabled, hence we are introducing adding this permanent parameter on the execution of the firewall rule. Using the Cockpit web console. To access this Cockpit web console, to start Firefox activities menu, to enter the URL of http://localhost:9090. Log into the cockpit, either use a regular user ID or root user ID by entering this cockpit from network https hostname colon 9090 to access this cockpit. Please subscribe, like, share and comment any of your views regarding this, and I hope you better understand of the installation procedures and steps all. To get more updates from Harisystems channel, press bell icon to get all alerts from these tutorials. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.